the mortician is...
Fortune! What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, or Evelyn have to do with it?
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death? This here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Roberts escorting stiffs into the next life since the foundation of Seal itself. They don't write epics about morticians, but I'm proud of my work nonetheless. Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. How do you... Ah, the ledger, is it? Fool was I to leave it in the open. Or perhaps I even looked forward to being found. Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know. And he's the only person in... He could have used it to sidle in without a peep. If Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Came rapping at my door in the frosty morning before the sun had even started peeping, and told me to tell him, and only him, if I noticed anything strange or suspicious about the remains. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through all that trouble, unless he knew something the rest of us don't. I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few in this city could... It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary. And now it seemed she could barely contain her thoughts, that there was something thrilling about to happen. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, I never saw a widow less distraught at the death of her husband. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was... That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair. And I certainly plan on making some use of it. You know, I reckon Bertia really didn't get a fair shake in all this, did she?
The death man is nervous as a squirrel. I'm certain he's hiding something.
Walgraf seems nervous as a squirrel himself. Corpse houses, as he tends to call mortuaries, give him the creeps, or so he explains in an unsteadily written note.
solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
There! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them. They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no... Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better, to become the full extent. You may tell... Oh, but I'm even so. Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet. And that is exactly what... Ah, you'd like nothing more than to enlist. What? Now then, of course, by now, work hard. Of course. Ma, what more? Oh, it's one of them, but you can get... Luckily, that...
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old rat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to her? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke, potato-eating peasant. That's enough of that now.
Look, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffron's, I dare say.
You notice something being slipped into your hand. One of Woolgraff's notes.
Saw you steal. No biggie. I'm a thief.
The rogue keeps his eyes fixed on yours. He's expecting an answer.
Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old bat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to a...
Woolgraff's demeanor suggests.
You Baron.
I am a duke, potato-eating peasant.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's hedgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. Heavens haunted! That's quite a story, comrade. And see, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either. But ones what they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword by the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them I managed to wrench free. Well, comrade, I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've more than I'd hoped. There's my... And on top of it all, the feel... Now, don't get me wrong. I think but from what I've heard whispered around the docks, I suspect an illegal sauce artifact or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned, fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing a loose lip, hardly the habit of an innocent. You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural, but it seems you've...
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank when I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind. A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. So I was. What friends I had. They drowned along... Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own. Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I had serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be by all means. People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank wolf.
Is privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Now I wonder where that cagey Baron of Fairham sneaked off.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffron's, I dare say.
Oh, my good man. Drink, if you please.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Now I wonder where that cagey Baron of Fairham sneaked off to.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune... what have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face... quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? I am Anna. I've cut 1,000 throats, and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Errata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of design. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the companion. But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and that I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked, I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must... Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon... So you've joined up. I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment at fantastic in-house rates. Come now, let's trade.
Oh, my good man. Drink, if you please.
Please do keep shouting.
must be thrilled to find your... I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the northern cave. Oh, darling. Well, you are a member...
Oh, my
Tell
good
me,
man.
Alistair,
Drink, you please.
have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Now, wonder where that cagey Baron of Fairness sneaked off.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha!
Oh, my good
The
man.
closest I've come to nine
Drink,
packs
you
is when I
please.
linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Look, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than Saffron's, I dare say.
Now, wonder where that cagey Baron of Fairness sneaked off to.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
Oh, my good man. Drink, you please.
Please do keep shouting.
So you're just hanging around here, waiting for what, exactly?
Oh, thank you, Lady B.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke.
There must be some way to open this.
Move along.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace. How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.